Oh yeah, Bob said he's working tonight.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said last week. Or I should say yesterday, technically. I think I messed up the delay. Oh well, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
I'm used to breaking stuff.
What's up? What? I kind of got sidetracked thinking of something.
Ah, don't worry about it.
All right then.
Just when it says it's time, give it an extra like minute and a half.
Oh.
Oh, I also got to get my Chaos Knight built.
You've been saying that for a while.
That way I can finish the lore behind the two knights. Oh, there he be.
Yeah. He said he was gonna stream in tonight, but he's not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah, understandable. That's what I thought he said before. Oh, I should probably turn my sound on my phone off.
I'll say that might help.
Whoopsie. What else did I forget to do? I don't know. I'll figure it out as we go, apparently.
Is that how it usually goes?
Normally. Oh, yep. There it goes. So my timer here says 1:45. And that minute says... How do I feel about work today?
Isn't that how it usually is, Bob? You always...
Space Marine scream. So that's gonna start 2 minutes, so only a minute off. Not bad on delay.
So about by the way, in about like 20 minutes, I do have to enter break time to grab my dinner.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, you let me know. How long is that gonna take to grab it?
1 minute because I ordered DoorDash.
Even your DoorDash. Well, I'll tell you what. When that's ready to happen, you let me know. And we're all in. Everybody loves ads.
Yeah, our whole like 3 listeners per show,
Yeah.
including me.
That's how we lose them.
In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare Exterminatus.
Well, we got Exterminatus before we even started. All right, well, that was tonight's show. Hope everybody had a good time.
Yeah, apparently we have to die now. Oh, so Kyle, you know what Magic the Gathering at all?
I know Warhammer's doing Magic the Gathering thing.
Yeah, so I think one of the Imperium cards is actually pretty fucking broken. If I saw this right, and it is true, then again, I saw it on the internet, so always doubt it. There's a card called Exterminatus. You pretty much destroy everything on the board at once. Like, everything everyone owns, including land, is just gone.
It is. I have one. Well, I mean, that's what Exterminatus is, so...
Well, so there's like barely any cards that's like, oh, you touch your land, you can blow up one. No, this card says everyone has, including lands, people, artifacts, everything is just gone. Just you lose everything. Reset the entire board. The game is reset.
Ah.
Oh yeah, and then also the Golden Throne is pretty much say like you have like 30 life, and I do 40 damage to you. You sacrifice the Golden Throne, you're back alive with 1 hit point. So you don't lose the game.
Sacrifice the Golden Throne to stay alive with like 1 hit point?
Yeah, you have 1 health left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty much thinking like you're interning yourself in the Golden Throne.
I got you. So I never got into Magic the Gathering, so I don't know all the rules and how to play and all that.
I only recently did it due to Core and Chris.
Core and Chris got you into Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, and I got him in the Warhammer, so I guess we both got each other in a very expensive hobby.
Fairsies?
Then again, he doesn't like playing with me anymore.
I was talking to him about the Chaos Codex that'll be coming out soon because they started rolling out. They got a new Chaos Demon, like Berserker looking guy, and then they got the new guard models.
Let me guess, they're Krieg.
No, Cadia.
Well, then again, Cadia still stands.
Yeah.
Well, because even though Cadia died, there are like dozens of other planets that still follow Cadian standards. So technically, Cadian's still alive. Although, what the fuck, GW? Give me my Kriegsman back. I want to kill a demon with a shovel.
Oh, you get the veteran. They call it the veteran guardsman squad. All right. Well, let's start this show. All right, welcome everybody to the Art of Lore show, where I, your favorite artist Kyle, will attempt to paint something, and our Nagels Explorer Alan will attempt to teach you something. So, sit back, enjoy, put us on the background for all I care, and just enjoy the show.
Yay.
Yes, I'm such good at openers. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And here we see a high-ranking Magos of the Forge World soaking his mechadendrites in holy oils.
Where's my headset? So
The holiest of oils.
okay, I think I fixed. All right. So, Alan, what do you have for us today? I'm just going to continue on my statue boy, which I should get that done today.
You know, are you going to though, Kyle? Are you?
Well, yeah, not much left on him.
Well, today I am going to expand a little bit on what I talked about yesterday. Instead of talking about, whole planets, I'm going to talk to you guys today about hive cities in general, which is going to give you a little bit of more life in the Imperium. So, those of you who tuned in last time, though, I talked about the many, many, many types of worlds there are in the Imperium. And also, I do want to rectify something. I want to admit something. I was actually wrong about something there. So, I did say before that industrial worlds really only produce, like basic amenities. And hive worlds only, forge worlds only produce weapons of war. I was wrong about that. And also, I want to add another thing on there, which I'll talk about more about later. So, industrial center worlds, they actually produce everything. So they can produce anything for weapons and basic amenities. Same thing about forge worlds. It's just forge worlds produce metric shit tons. You're like they produce like 1 million tons worth of shit, have it shipped off, and then by the time the ship is leaving again, they already produce another metric shit ton of shit.
So it's more quantity, not what they make. It's more the quantity of what they make.
Yes.
Okay.
And then also, I did forget to say one thing about yesterday. Most worlds are actually self-sufficient. Because there is one major problem in the Warhammer 40k universe, and that is there are warp storms everywhere, and they can pop up at any single time at all. Warp storms, those who don't know, is pretty much like the warp and, like, it gets so fucking bad, it actually enters the normal universe. Like, it pierces through the veil, and it makes any type of like interstellar travel impossible. Like,
That's
you
what
cannot-
like the whole Age of Strife thing was.
Yeah, but the problem with the Age of Strife was the Eldar were kind of well, let's just say they were doing horrible, wonderful, or depending on what you think, wonderful things to each other, mostly involving whips and knives and lots of cucumbers. That they just yeah, exactly what Bob said. That they just completely destroyed the warp and produced a Slanesh. While they were doing that, though, they were causing such horrible warp storms, it covered the entire galaxy. Other warp storms that happen is just like, say, like, one or two systems all of a sudden get covered in a warp storm, and now they're just going to have to wait until the warp storm is gone before they can get resources back. So, what a lot of worlds do to...
Fucking knife ears.
Yeah, fucking elves. But so what a lot of systems do, because they don't know when a warp storm is going to pop up out of nowhere and just, hey, guess what? Now you no longer get no food or water. Is they try and be as self-sufficient as possible. Like, they try and mine enough resources that their entire industrial sector won't just collapse without a lot of materials. Try and grow some food so that way they won't starve if like a warp storm hits.
Like the emergency rations.
Yeah, emergency rations. Keep warp storm happened. All right, pop open the mausoleum, pop open the crypts. We're making corpse starch, sort of thing.
Oh God. Well, I mean, if the warp storm comes out, you're relying on somebody for food. All of a sudden, that's gone. I mean, like, civil unrest, collapse. I mean, I can just see that it's not gonna be a good day.
Yeah, next thing you know, a ship gets stuck in the canal, and now we're all fist fighting for toilet paper, sort of thing.
Yeah, sounds relatable.
So, I just want to add that little thing going on here. Well, of course, obviously, there are some places that can't be self-sufficient, and we're going to talk about one of those today. Then that is a hive city. Mainly because the planet is so goddamn destroyed, they can no longer grow food.
Yeah, there's so many fucking people there in the one big-ass city.
So those of you who were here before our last episode, I'm going to be covering a little bit what I talked about before.
Quick recap.
So hive cities are literally, take New York City and add the entire population of the world times 10 into that. And instead of building out, you build up and also down. Hive cities can hold anywhere from 10 billion to 2 trillion people, sometimes even more. Some can even hold even like fucking 10 trillion people. Mega cities from Dread on crack. Yes, exactly what Bob said. So yeah, they are fucking huge. Oh, my food just got picked up. So yeah, they are gigantic. Their main purpose is for, well, one thing, but from that one thing they also produce a couple other things, is they are pretty much human farms. Best way to think about it. They just throw huge amounts of people out to be taken into the Imperial Guard. But along with that, they also
You're in
they
the
also have a lot
army
of
now. Whoa.
They're gonna give you a goddamn rifle, and you're gonna be shooting bugs inside the cattle. That's my
Out
favorite.
there
clip
milking
ever.
goddamn Bessie. Oh,
I love that clip. I actually watched it 2 times before I jumped in here.
Oh, that was good.
But yeah, so that's their main thing. So the problem though with huge megacities and hive cities is that there's so many people there, and also they really can't be self-sufficient, mainly because there's just so many fucking mouths to feed. And we're already destroying the planet with fucking 7 billion people. Imagine having 10 trillion people into one gigantic fucking city.
You ain't gonna grow enough food for all the people in that city on that planet.
And also things are gonna be so goddamn fucking horrible, and there's gonna be so much pollution because think about it. We have the goddamn Mars. Really, they have forces where they literally evaporate the oceans just so they can build more factories. They ain't gonna care about pollution at all.
Yeah, I feel like the whole ecosystem thing they don't really give a fuck about at this point in time of the.
Yeah, Hive City has produced so much pollution that there is actually like fucking miles upon miles of industrial wastelands outside in the outskirts, where mutants and criminals run rampant because, well, we're having trouble goddamn policing 10 trillion people. We ain't gonna go out here and go mutant hunting. That's someone else's problem, sort of thing.
They can take care of that one.
But since we're gonna talk about that, I want to get into a little bit more about the basic life inside of the Hive City, and also a little bit outside too. I actually want to talk about something that's probably gonna make everybody run away, and nobody want to watch this anymore. I'm actually gonna talk about economy.
Oh, the economy! Oh God.
Yes. So one thing about the economy is I want to talk about is trade and money. So trade, it's going to be sporadic at best. Because think about it. Everyone who knows Warhammer 40k knows how we do faster than light travel. That is through the warp, aka we're traveling through fucking hell. Time and space in the warp doesn't exist. Sometimes you can go into the warp, and next thing you know, you're like, oh, we traveled for 10 days. Now we should be in our destination. No, that 10 days was 10 years. You pop out 10 years in the fucking future. Or there's even been a report of someone who went into the warp during the golden age of technology, fucking the year 15,000, and next thing you know, they pop out in the 41st millennia.
Huh.
Or next thing you know, this is even possible. You say if you go into goddamn the warp in the year 41,000, you pop out in the goddamn 15,000. You can even go backwards in time.
Back in time, eh?
Yeah, so
back in time to stop a certain person with the name starts with an H?
Nah, that's impossible.
Nah, that can't happen. That'll mess everything all up.
Yeah. That's Steve, and he's fun. Oh, so hey Kyle.
Yes.
So it's commercial. My food's here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So give me 1 second, cause the food I ordered about 2 hours ago is finally fucking arriving.
2 hours?
Yeah, I ordered at fucking 6 o'clock.
Well, ads in progress. You got a minute, bud.
Okay, well actually, fuck.
Wait, did you lie to our viewers?
I don't really, because it said, "Oh, your food's arriving." No, they're in the wrong goddamn apartment complex.
Oh my goodness.
All right, no, all right, I'm gonna keep going then. Fuck it.
Oh, they can't hear you if they're not subs. You got 30 seconds.
Fuck. I
Just
apologize.
Dance for the VOD.
I'm dancing. So, oops. Well, you might have to do a dance for the VOD in a couple minutes then too. Why are they there? Whatever. Alright, are we back yet? Over?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. So, yeah, you're gonna dance for the people in a few minutes because apparently DoorDash lied to me. Anyways, so, alright, I'm gonna grab some sacred oil real quick.
Oh my goodness.
Where was I at? I was talking about the economy.
Yeah, the economy.
Okay, so yeah, I was talking about trade. So what trade does is, warp is very fickle, especially because the only way to a lot of people don't know too. Well, some people know how warp is also how we do communication. So we actually use special people called astropaths, which are mutants, pretty much, psychic mutants, and they actually literally use their mind to transmit information through the warp. So Sometimes that communication can arrive on time, perfect. Like you say, like, hey, Hive City Necromunda needs a bunch of water. One of our tanks got polluted, and the astropath will shoot that through the warp and try and get in communication with some other people. Sometimes, they can arrive in perfectly time. Other times, it can arrive a year late. Other times, it just sounds like the shrieking of demons from hell. Or it's gonna be so fucking horribly like corrupted, you can't even fucking hear it. It's just gonna sound like static. So that's also very inconsistent. Sometimes, from even a book I read, there can even be what's called there can be like ghosts in the astropathic net. Like someone shoots out a message, and it misses its mark and just rebounds everywhere around, and it's just sometimes an astropath can get a wrong message of like someone like 1,000 years ago asked for reinforcements at a certain planet. Next thing you know, it rebounds off and it talks to a random astropath, and they think, "Oh fuck, this planet's under attack. Send the guard."
And there's nothing there.
And there's nothing there. Yeah. So yeah, that's also very inconsistent. And so you can just think about well, how that can affect the economy and stuff like that. Because think about it, it's really hard to talk to people outside of your local system. Of saying like, say like you in a Hive city, and you run a store. It's going to be very inconsistent for you to get a lot of certain stuff if your system doesn't produce it. Say like, okay, you run a store that sells chairs, and you have to import a lot of wood. Unfortunately, though, your ecosystem and the planet and also the sun around doesn't have wood, so you have to then import wood outside of your system. So you're gonna have to go out to an astropath, try and find one powerful enough to then shoot a message out into the warp. If you can't do that, you're gonna have to pay somebody who can then send a message to somewhere else that can then that can then have to pay an astropath to shoot a fucking message out into the warp.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking pain in the ass. Like playing
Yeah,
phone tag through the warp.
Yeah, and so you can kind of guess how it gets hard. But luckily,
Kane won a war because of one.
yes. Commissar Kane won a war because of a fucking sentry ghost.
Oh, good.
Hey, little fun fact. We'll have to do a full fucking series about Kane himself.
We'll have to do a Kane series, Kane episode.
Oh yeah, I'm not even done finishing his fucking books. I can't do that. Anyways, dollar Tanager. So, fuck. Yeah. So luckily the Imperium has sort of gotten a way around that, and there's something people call the merchant guilds. So merchant guilds are exactly what they sound like. They're guilds of like merchants. Their whole thing is they think of like the Renaissance era, how they like the merchant guild, like their merchant guilds and all that.
Yep.
They pretty much the whole thing is they have astropaths that can actually powerful enough to go into the warp, and then try and like figure out some ways like who needs what and the best way to make money by transporting said material. That's pretty much their whole entire shtick. Well, say like you run like, okay, now we're gonna go back and say like you run a cargo vessel. So and then you're in a system, you're in an agri-world. So you pick up a bunch of food, and then you're gonna contact a merchant guild representative, or you're gonna talk to the merchant guild themselves and figure out, okay, I have say like 1 million crates of blueberries. What place will buy this? And then they're gonna they'll contact around and figure, okay, so this system over here, the Hive fucking nobility has a very hankering for blueberries. So then you'll track through the warp, go into there, and then you gotta pay a fee first, obviously.
Of course, you gotta pay a fee. Everything costs money.
Oh, of course. So you pay the fee, then you go there, and then you transport down, and then you offload the blueberries, and next thing you know, the Hive nobility eats it up in 2 days. Because they're all fat bastards. Coming from a fat bastard. They also hire rogue traders to make routes. Yeah, rogue traders, merchants, whole bunch of a lot of people do that. Rogue traders, holy fuck, that's another people got to do a whole fucking stick about.
The rogue traders themselves is like a whole nother episode we can do.
Oh god, yes.
Oh, I didn't know there was that much to them.
They're so fucking confusing. They're almost as bad as the fucking Inquisition.
Fun. I know that's something we gotta do eventually too, is Inquisition and everything. So I want to learn about some of the different characters, the Inquisitor characters. So I hear their names and stuff, and I hear about like, oh, this one was too mean, so he got fired. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was actually one that was excommunicated because he was that fucking horrible.
I'm like, there's supposed to be these things they can just exterminate us. There's supposed to be like these dude, like just the Inquisitor. You're an Inquisitor. No one expects the Imperial Inquisition. Da da da. You know, and one's too mean. He got fired. Like, what the fuck? I want to know the story behind this shit.
Long story short, he exterminated 13 systems, not planets, systems.
Whoa, systems. As in like multiple planets.
Yes.
Jesus
Planets
Christ.
Planets that can hold, including Hive cities.
Just said, fuck your shit and walked away, huh?
Yeah, and he did it to try and stop a certain Hive fleet, but still, entire system didn't even try to evacuate the people. He's just like, nah, virus bomb.
Oh well, you know, stop the NIDS. I understand.
Oh yeah, Bob said total loss of life was 4.9 trillion people.
Damn.
Just fucking people just dead from 13 systems. Yeah, Inquisitor. Yeah, I was gonna that, but yeah, his name was Inquisitor Critman. Wasn't he also the one that made the horrible decision of trying to divert a Hive tendril into an Orc empire?
Wasn't he the Octarius?
Right.
Wasn't he the Octarius guy?
Yeah, I think it was Octarius guy. I think that was him. Bob, please help me. Was that right? I think that was him.
So I feel like he was the Octarius guy.
Yeah, that's another.
Because I heard that name
yes,
before.
Yeah, he was the one who did that, and the entire Imperium just stopped, took a big breath, and said, "You fucked up. You fucked us all over." All right, be right back.
Be right back. What?
Yeah, Kyle, do a dance, a jig.
Where the fuck you going?
Be right back.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh. Now that they're gone, we play Kill Team every other weekend. We got our kill teams. No one likes my kill team because I play Necrons and they call it broken. Well, there's a Necron. They just announced it. There's another thing coming out for kill team where it's Cadian, like Supreme Troops versus a Necron specialized kill team. And tell you what, who's going to be getting that boy? Oh yeah. Just wait till that kill team comes out. They cry about my regular Necrons. Just wait till these boys come out. There's a goddamn Technomancer in there with some. Oh man, I'm excited. And I may have ordered a special kill team to drop on them one day here too. Just have fun in the narrative, just to fuck them all over. They'll enjoy it. So, I'm also excited for that. We'll see what happens there. Got some plans for the show. I'm gonna start working on the kill teams. I have my daughter's kill team right here. She got two witches fire teams together to make one big witch fire team. So I'll be painting those up. And I'm surprised she didn't want like purple or pink or anything. She actually wants it to be highlighted with the Sotek green. So black, Sotek green, and then the regular colors. I'm like, that might actually look pretty slick. I'm kind of excited.
That actually would. And I'm back.
You're back?
Yes.
I was just telling him I got the other kill teams. We can start working on the kill teams and that here soon after this guy get the commissions back going again, because I'm behind on all that stuff.
You are. Let's not do a kill team. I actually want to try my Mechanicus again and see how I do.
You're gonna go back to the Mechanicus?
I never left.
You gonna bring out your squat kill team?
I don't have squats.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I may like their lore, but I don't exactly have the squats. Okay. So, sorry about that, everybody. My food showed up again.
Oh, it's actually here this time?
Yeah, it was actually here. Because Mama's complaining. She's like, I want my food. I'm like, oh, I'm trying. Because it's like, yeah, it's like I told you, I ordered like a couple hours ago.
Hours.
Yes. All right.
Could have cooked in that time.
I know, but the problem is I can't cook. I burned down stuff.
I know, you set the house on fire.
I didn't. Almost. Okay. Almost. So, where was I at? I was talking about the merchant. Okay, yes, the merchant guilds and all that. Oh yeah, that's not what really like the merchant guilds do. Huh. Yeah. So, yeah, that's like the more or less the trade in the Imperium, and also a lot of stuff can really get bad happen too. Because think about it, like if you have trouble like getting stuff.
I just realized. Hold on here.
What'd you do? You forgot to turn the music off again?
I forgot to turn it down. I'm like, why is this so loud in my ear? The song's so loud. I'm like, God damn it! I forgot to turn the music down. Okay,
Yeah, we're professional streamers.
I can hear you now. Everyone was thinking this was a paint chill, some random like guy in the background talking.
So nobody could hear what I was saying for the past like fucking 30 minutes.
Ah, you were talking about your food. No, it was no. The loud song came on. The louder song music came on. I'm like, God damn, I can't hear.
So okay, so so the bad thing about that too is think about this. Say like if they got like a sensor ghost, or say like they can't really get a full read of what a nation, what like a planet needs. You could transport your blueberries and be like, oh well, we already traded this ship here. You know, you're here like a month too late. We already traded with this ship here for blueberries. We could take your blueberries, but at half the price. And now you're probably gonna be losing money on the transport. That's why a lot of places do like it's a little bit risky to do trading, but it can be lucrative.
Well, you gotta sell your blueberries one way or the other, right?
Yeah, you gotta sell your ultramarines one way.
Yeah, you gotta make that money. You gotta sell your blueberries to upgrade your army to something better.
Yeah, no, is that like the Iron Warriors or something?
If I ever trade again, I'll break out the talons, the bananas.
We all quit. Exterminatus. Alright.
Bob and his loaded blueberry dice.
So, and from that way, we're going to start talking about money. Money is a bit even more complicated. Is there money? Yes. Is there standardized money? No. So, a lot of people, there isn't really like any mobility around the Imperium, other than rogue traders and merchants and people in the Imperial Navy. And also the nobility. They're really the only people that can travel, because they're the only ones who can afford to travel. Most money in the Imperium is local currency.
Oh, yes. I'm just gonna go out to the outer rim in my space yacht. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So that, like I said, most money in the Imperium is local currency, from anywhere from barter, special coins of a certain like rare mineral on the planet, like paper money from whatever guild or like nobility controls your planet, to the only like quote unquote standardized money that's accepted is throne gelts. Sometimes some planets even, or they're enough advanced enough, actually use like credit chits. Think of like Cyberpunk 2077. There's so many, and it all depends on where you are at. So obviously planets like the like a feudal worlds, and even some other like civilized worlds, is they use like coins and barter. Some Hive cities and then like Forge Worlds and that, they actually use their own specialized money. Well, not Forge Worlds. Forge Worlds don't fucking care about money. Gotta worry about that efficiency, baby. But yeah, they use like their own specialized guild scripts, or they use credit chits.
Okay.
And then throne gelts, say that, which is known as which is like the imperial, like the emperor's money. Yeah, like what Bob was saying, having one throne gelt is usually worth a couple $1,000 in like a modern day currency.
Okay.
It's the throne gelt is mostly used by inquisitors and rogue traders, and some Hive nobility probably have like 10 or 20 hidden under their fucking pillows or something. So the reason why like there is no standardized currency is because the Imperium doesn't have like a standardized banking system. They're mostly just laissez-faire of, okay, I don't care what the fuck you do, just do something. So they all have to figure out some way of doing their currency. So I'm talking about Hive cities. I'm gonna focus on what the Hive cities use for their money system. Their money system, it really all depends. Again, I know it was a bit of a cop-out, because they don't really talk about this too much, because a lot of people in Warhammer 40k want to worry about what a fucking Space Marine is shooting, not worry about the economy. So, with the Hive cities, a lot of times, it's where you're at, depending on, like they use, like, a lot of guild scripts. So, say, like, you're some poor fucking guy in the goddamn bottom of the Hive. You go work your 12-hour shift in the factory, and you get 10 guild scripts. That guild script can only be used in whatever the guild owns. So say you want to go out drinking, you have to go to whatever that guild bar is, and then use your scripts there to pay for your drinks.
So you have to go to their specific place to spend their specific money?
Yes.
If Monopoly fund dollars can only be used in Monopoly, I can't go to the bank and cash them in?
Yeah, pretty fucking much.
Or Chuck E. Cheese tokens, I can only use at Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, that's exactly... Good knowledge. That's exactly what that's used for. But say, like, if you want to go out and you want to, like, say, like, oh, hey, I have 100 guild scripts. I want to go to this place over here. There's other guild out, their bar out. You have to go to their area and transfer their money. Which, okay, you have 100 guild scripts from them. You can get 10 guild scripts of ours, sort of thing.
Oh, I'm working for the wrong guild script. God damn.
Exactly. Or they don't, because now they have their money and it's kind of useless to them, because they're like, well, what the fuck do we want their money for? They want you to spend their money in their places. They don't want you to go out to their competitor and give them money.
At one Hive city, you can have like multitudes of different types of currency.
Oh, pretty much yes.
That's really fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, in a Hive city, they could probably have a couple thousand different currencies in circulation.
God damn.
If not millions. It's very confusing and very like Byzantine labyrinthian bureaucracy. But then again, most of the time you're too busy that you really don't notice, because you're not really going to leave your area too much. Because a lot of times people in a Hive city don't leave in what's called a hab block. A hab block is like a habitation block. This is like where they shove as many people as they can in sardines in a very tiny, like, okay. Think Soviet Union apartment complexes, tenement buildings, and now shrink them more and stuff more people in there. There you go. That's a hab block. Hab blocks can hold a couple million people per fucking like mile of rockcrete. This is rockcrete, by the way. It's concrete.
Okay.
Oops. Concrete. And that's being generous, by the way. Their whole thing is they just want to shove as many people as they can into an area, into a small area, so they can therefore have more people in this Hive city. And these fucking areas can, like I said, they can fucking be so goddamn gigantic. They can hold millions of people in. And most Hive blocks are next to a manufactorum, which is, by the way, a factory. So that way you don't have to go too far. Go work, go home, do whatever you want to do, and go back for your next 12-hour shift, and get 1 day off to praise the Emperor.
That's the Emperor's Day.
So that's what a lot of, and then you earn very little money, and also what money you do earn can either be used to get your full paycheck, or it could be such things as, okay, so you work 12 hours. We're going to deduct away your food. We're going to deduct away your water. We're going to deduct away the air that you breathe. We're going to deduct away your rent. We're going to deduct away the administration fee, and then here's what's left. Oh, and also forgot. We got to deduct away the clothes that we give you. We also got to deduct away the 10 minutes you spent eating your food that we gave you. So we're going to take a little bit more in there. Oh, and don't forget, you breathed an extra breath while you were working while lifting that very heavy object. So we're going to take a little bit more. And there you go. Here's your $2.
That's well, fuck me.
Yeah. So that's mainly the lower hivers, which are actually not the bottom of society, funny enough. If you want to talk about the bottom of society, we gotta go into the underhive.
The gene stealers?
So the underhive, that is where a lot of the crime and not a lot of the police activity. These are the scum of the scum, the people who believe they have a lot of freedom by being... Oh, actually, you know what? I can't even talk about the underhive yet. I'm not even talking about the lower hive. What the fuck am I talking about?
So we're not at Detroit level yet.
No, we are at Detroit level. The lower hive is Detroit. The lower hive is Detroit. Nah, fucking the underhive is Philly.
Chicago?
Worse. So also the lower hive, I completely forgot. I don't want to just talk about just this yet. I also want to talk about the situation that you live in. So you're not just talking. I'm not just talking about just living days. So a lot of time lower hive too, there is no light. By the way, there is no air. There is no clean air. So what air that you breathe, it is literally recycled air from what other people have breathed, and also the cleaned air from the outside of the hive. Because a lot of factories are just throwing out fucking pollutants in the air, and there's probably like dozens to millions of factories in this fucking hive city, all pumping out at the same exact time. The air is literally going to choke you to death if you try to breathe it.
Wonderful.
So what a lot of times they do is they suck in the air and put it through a lot of scrubbers and then pump it into the hive. And I can tell you, it's gonna reek because they don't put no goddamn perfume in it, and it's gonna be very stifling. And that's constantly what you're breathing in 24/7. And there is no light, mainly because you're so down into the hive. The only light you'll see is like whatever lights are going on, and it's going to be very dim because they're going to skimp out on light bulbs, and they're not really going to care too much if a light goes out, mainly because they got to worry about the 14 billion other lights going out in other sectors. So it's going to take a little while for an engineer to come in and rub some sacred oil on that light and put another light bulb in.
Well, Jebediah, it done been about 20 years since they done changed out that artificial sun.
It's probably going to be another 20 years before they fix it again. So yeah, so you pretty kind of guess a lot of people are very pale, mainly because they don't know what the fuck the sun is.
Yeah, if you're not out there getting your sun, you're getting your vitamin D. I can imagine that.
And then also, let's talk about the water. So whatever water you drink has probably been...
want to.
You don't want to think about the water. You don't want to think about how many times that water has been pissed and shit out of. Because they do a lot of recycling. And
yeah, I was kind of worried about that.
You ain't on the very high tier list of getting fresh water. A lot of times, nobility is going to drink that first, and then you're going to drink whatever piss they come out. They do.
Lovely.
And we're going to talk about power. What the fuck is power? Because you ain't going to get no electricity. A lot of electricity is needed going to the nobility. That is going to the factories. So you're just gonna have to deal with whatever the fuck. You're gonna deal with blackouts that last years upon years until finally, you've been living in your high block for 20 years. All of a sudden, the lights turn on. Like, what the fuck is that? What? I have a light bulb here.
I can see. I can fight.
And then it goes right back out again 2 seconds later. No, now I can't fight.
Oh, well, there went the rebellion.
So that's like your average life in a lower hive, where no power, you're working 12 hours a day, you haven't bathed in weeks, your entire work life is being made just to survive, and you probably only get $2 to spend every other day.
Oh my god.
Which you're probably going to be using for alcohol to forget about your life. And you're constantly drinking recycled piss. There you go. There's your life in a nutshell in a lower hive. Now we're going to talk about how it's even worse in an underhive.
Oh,
So back
good.
to the underhive.
We didn't even hit the bottom yet. That's wonderful.
No. It goes even worse from here.
It
We're going
burns.
to talk about something even worse. And then also, funny enough, there's something even worse than an underhive.
Wait, there's even more worse than that?
Yeah. So let's talk about the underhive first. It's been 46 minutes, and I just got to the underhive.
Oh my
Oh boy.
goodness.
I didn't realize this was going to be this bad. Get it for a 2-hour long episode, Kyle, because I have a lot more to talk about.
Oh boy. Well, we'll be here.
Yeah, so get ready for a long episode. Grab your sacred oils, because it's going to get worse from here.
Y'all need to drink. Like I forgot to fucking grab.
So we might have another fucking ad here in a minute.
Now be the time.
So, in the underhive is pretty much like the lawless society. Even in the lower hive, you still have the local RBDs, or police force, patrolling around every now and again. Crime is rampant, but it's not, like, uncontrollable. Think about it. You're pretty much in the ghetto in Detroit. Like, you're just in like fucking 8 Mile. You still got a police presence. Crime happens a lot, but it's still a good chance that if you scream, "Oh my god, I'm getting shanked," there might be a good chance a police officer might show up. In the underhive, this is the place the police stop at the fucking gate and said, "Yeah, no, fuck that," and turn around and go the other way. The people down in the underhive, there are the mutants, the criminals on the run, and the people who don't want to live under the Imperium's boot. There are countless gangs constantly fighting for control of areas. I forgot to mention, though, there is a lot of times hive cities, they have something called a geothermal vent going right up the middle. That's where a lot of the power comes from.
I remember that was in one of the pictures you sent in the Discord.
Yes, that big tower, that is a geothermal vent. It pumps in power from the goddamn core of the planet. So that's a lot of the power.
Hashtag it, we're Space Marines recruit.
Yeah, underhive, yeah. We're gonna talk. Bob, let me talk. I'm gonna get to that point.
He's not even here and he's still going over you.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking time him out.
Sorry. I'm helping.
So, the geothermal vent, like I said, is where a lot of power comes from. Most of the time, where a lot of the kingdoms in the underhive, it's where they can find some area where they can tap into. I'm not going to do it, Bob. Don't worry, I'm not going to time you out. I'm fucking with you. So, the geothermal, a lot of times, the kingdoms form is where they find some way to tap into that geothermal vent and give power to the underhive. So, and then a lot of times, the power guilds have to they're hey, don't fuck with it. I'm gonna give you here's some supplies. Just keep that pumping and don't let anybody else touch it. As long as you give a majority of the power up to the nobility, we won't fuck with you. fuck with us, we're gonna send in special forces to goddamn cut your head off and then burn you inside the geothermal vent.
You will become the power that you seek so much.
So yeah, that's kind of where the Underhive, where their quote unquote money comes from. And it's just literally like a goddamn fight for survival down there. You just gotta hope. A lot of times the mutants in the fucking Necromunda, like let's think about like the game Necromunda, where just you constantly have several different types of gangs all fighting for control. Basically, what goes on down there.
Yeah.
Another thing that happens too is sometimes nobility gets bored and they decide, hey, let's go down to the Underhive. I want to go hunting. Sometimes it's a rite of passage, sometimes they're bored, but the Hive nobility goes down to the Underhive just to literally kill any Underhiver they find for laughs and giggles.
Just anybody.
Anybody. Man, woman, child, mutant, anybody. They just go down there and go like, poof.
That's lovely.
But funnily enough, an Underhive is really one of the few places they actually have upward mobility. Because if you quote unquote redeem yourself, you might be able to go back up to the lower hive, go back find a job at a factory and just work there and buy an apartment and become a drone and just
survive.
Survive, yeah. At least there you won't have to worry too much about, if your shotgun shell is either going to blow up in your fucking hands or shoot. You don't got to worry about finding, oh hey, I found a somewhat redeemable piece of scrap, and your buddy behind you goes, I want that, and bash your head in with a fucking lead pipe.
Fish. What about fish?
I don't know, just fish. I also got to worry about what the fuck am I gonna eat today. Oh, there's a corpse. Nom nom. First thing you've eaten in 2 weeks. It's not so bad. And the further down you go, by the way, the less populated it gets, and the more you find the mutants, the chaos cults, and the gene stealers. The people who go forward, knock you out, steal your genes, and run away.
Yes.
And the further down you go,
that's the worst thing they do.
Yeah, just let it be. I don't want to go into that part. Talk about gene stealers later.
Read your primer. You'll
read your
learn.
primer. You'll learn. Yeah. Further down you go, and you just find decrepit areas. And so you go to the very bottom, which very rarely anybody ever goes because you got 40,000 years worth of fucking shit to go down worth. And you can find the old very beginnings, because most hive cities were founded during the first colonizations efforts. That happened to be, yeah, Bob lost his clothes in Barotrauma.
Yeah. Got sucked away.
So,
where's my uniform going?
Hey, Kyle, you want to talk about something worse than an Underhive?
Oh, yeah, you said there's worse.
Yeah, it's called living in the outskirts of the hive city.
Oh, the outside of the hive city. Yeah, I suppose that would be worse.
Yeah, it's called living in the industrial wasteland. So the people who usually live in the outskirts, you're pretty much living in an industrial wasteland where there is no food, no clean water. You're constantly choking on the air. People who go out in the outskirts are either people who are banished from the hive, on the run from the law, exiled from the nobility, or they're being hunted by the nobility. So you're just like the desperate of the desperate you can't even run to the Underhive to survive. So you have to just fucking book it out the gates and hope you survive.
So Flint. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh god, we're getting spicy here today. So that's the outskirts. So why people be in the outskirts. Or a lot of times other people that are in the outskirts are just like horribly disfigured mutants. Like you can't even call them human no more. They're that badly mutated from all the industrial waste and the radioactivity. You cannot survive in the outskirts. You just can't. What you have to do is have enough survival instincts and supplies, so hopefully you can make it to the boundaries, and hope you can make it to the out of the industrial wasteland and find the actual nature beyond. Because there might be some areas where life still thrives, that the industrial like fucking destruction hasn't reached that far yet. This is literally your only hope. Other than that, you're just gotta survive on mutant flesh, radioactive fucking polluted water, and you're gonna have to be a creature because you can never take off your gas mask.
It is
All
our
right.
religion. It is the way.
It is the way. All right, so let's actually talk about something a little, less horrifying. Let's go up the hive a little bit. So throw from the lower hive to the upper hive.
Oh, so now we're going the other way.
Yeah, so we're going up now. So the upper hive is like the middle. Like, how if you look on like where I sent you before, you can see like where it goes up and like it's like not gigantic at the bottom, like the base of it, but it's like the middle, the middle class. Those are the upper hives. So the upper hive is the region of the hive city where like the bureaucrats and the administrators of the hive, they do the day-to-day stuff. Like the managers of manufactoriums and the bureaucratic like scribes. These people here are not nobility, but they do important functions that they get paid a little bit better. So they got some better like amenities. Like they get some fresh food. They don't survive on corpse starch and lice loaf and that. They might have to eat it sometimes when food gets a little scarce.
Like the end of the month.
Yeah, like they're your end of the month meals. But you can then supplement it with like some fresh grok steak, and you can actually have a couple, not too many, but a couple blueberries. But yeah, they're like the middle class. Like they got power on a somewhat daily regular basis. Their water is less piss than the normal. They can take a bath every now and again. The air is stale, but it's not constantly recycled. Because they're in the part of the spire where there's less pollutants in the air, so when they get sucked in is not as filtered. They actually have air conditioning. So it's like I said, like not horrible. It's livable, but not horrible. But you do gotta worry though. Say if you're your manager and your manufactorum is not constantly meeting its quota, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get fucking kicked down the guys at the bottom of the spire. Or if you make too many mistakes in your manufactorum job, you're gonna get either shot or you're gonna have to run or you're gonna get kicked down. So this is like the most of the time where you can hopefully get promoted up to the middle spire. This is the best you're gonna get in the Hive City. That's literally what the best is gonna be. Because you can't get no higher than that, because in the top of the spires, the very top, that's where the nobility lives. So the nobility of the Hive spires, they are fucking nobles. They are the people who run everything. The head of the guilds, the governor himself and his family, they all live in the spires. They live the fucking top life. They look down everywhere else and go, ha! Like your classic nobility. So they give like they actually breathe in fresh air that's not even filtered because they're so high up that the pollutants aren't even there. They get the freshest food. They actually get fresh water. Everyone else has to drink their fucking piss. So they live the best life. They actually have the sun. They praise the sun having no fun. These guys,
Okay.
but even though they live at the top of spires, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Because what does nobility like to do? You know that, Kyle?
Gorge.
What else?
Drink. Gorge.
Okay.
Um,
Come on, Kyle. I
Monies?
believe in you. gain more power.
Oh yeah, okay. I suppose that's yeah.
Power struggles are very ripe usually in nobility, because why does he have 3 air cars? I only have 2. I need to find some way to ruin his family, sort of thing.
Oh yes.
I eat caviar daily, but he eats it hourly. I need to figure out a way to ruin him. Yes, that sort of thing. So, and also a lot of backstabbing in the nobility too, because Daddy lived for fucking 300 years. I've lived for a fucking 100. I want my goddamn right already. Fuck you, stabby stab. Yeah. Let me just get to a little tangent here really quick. It's actually kind of funny. Fucking the normal life of a goddamn of a lower hiver is usually about 30 to 40 years. The ability can live upwards of upwards of 500 years. There's a special thing called rejuvenation treatments. I don't exactly know what it is. I think it's pills or baths. I'm not entirely too sure.
Rejuvenation.
But yeah, it pretty much lets, if you say, like, if you're 25 years old and you start taking rejuvenation treatments, it actually stops you from aging, or slows down your aging to the point of crawl.
Damn.
That's why a lot of inquisitors, it's okay, gene therapy. Okay, that's why a lot of inquisitors can live fucking almost 1,000 years and do their jobs, because they're taking constant rejuvenation treatments.
Huh.
The nobility can get their hands on it a lot easier. Not as easy as the inquisitors, mainly to a lot of backdoor channels. But they can still get it and live a couple hundred years. Yeah, like Count Arcane, he had a relationship with a governor's daughter, who we don't know her exact age, but she was stuck at the age of like 20 something.
She was stuck at the age of 20 something.
Yeah, but her dad would lived upwards of like 200 years, so we're thinking that she was like 100 yeers old, even though she looked like she was 20.
Well, I mean, as long as she looks like she's 20, right? I mean,
oh yeah, that's a whole nother episode about what he has to go through with that woman, because he unintentionally agreed to marry her even though he didn't realize it.
Oh, was it like some tradition or something they had? Maybe something along the lines.
Oh no! She wanted to get the throne of the governorship, and she needed a consort, and Kane didn't understand exactly what she was implying, and he unintentionally agreed to it, or she thought he agreed to it. So that was the whole thing going on. So he accidentally agreed to marriage to a governor's daughter.
Nice. Oh, sure, why not? Sounds like fun.
Who didn't he stick it in before? Oh, to be fair, yeah, Kane has a bit of a zipper problem. I will admit that.
Well, he's the hero of the Imperium. He's allowed to.
I mean, it's implied he actually even had sex. He even he did it with a he kind of got along with a Mechanicus girl.
Mechanicus?
Yeah, he got along with an engine seer. It's implied. Mainly because he knew exactly where her mechadendrite was attached to the base of her spine. And so it's like, I wonder how he figured that out.
So it was implied.
Yeah, well, because again, he said, oh yeah, her mechadendrite was applied to the lower base of her spine. We're like,
uh-oh, we don't want
how would he know that, huh?
I fixed it.
Oh, you fix it?
Copyright the thing.
There you go.
I didn't realize our album stopped.
Nice. So
I can need my shade to finish drying, so I'm going back to my tank.
Okay. Well, so anyways, back to the topic. Don't really have too much more to talk about, actually. And we're at the hour and 4 mark. So
literally just have to do my dry brushing, glue them together, and base them, and bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
He's all good, and then you have Assassin.
Yeah, so we're close.
She and Vale make fun of some. Yeah, you're right, Bob. Yeah. But again, the implication was there. How else would he fucking know it? Even she's like, even Inquisitor Vale, who is the one reading his memoir, even agrees, like, we all know why he knew that. trying to think what else I could talk about with the Hive, so you can get more time to paint. That's really all there is
you
about
had
the
a
basic.
shit ton to talk about. Now all of a sudden you're trying to
Yeah,
figure
I
out
thought
stuff.
I did, but now I'm like, huh. You know, trying to think about more, and I'm like, oh, I completely forgot. But that's like the main important parts of the Hive. Talk about the economy, the trading, the average life for some of the Hivers. I even talked about the Underhive. I think I did a pretty good job talking about the Hive. Oh, Bob wants to talk about next Paradise Worlds. So you want to talk about the Slaneshi Worlds, the Imperial / Worlds,
Wait, what now?
Paradise Worlds.
Oh,
No, Paradise
Slanesh Worlds?
Oh no. So the Paradise Worlds have a very bad problem have Slaneshi cults because they're Paradise Worlds.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Bob, we should talk about Raphanon. Raphanon if we're gonna talk about Paradise World. Raphanon is it was a Paradise World that had a civil war and then got eaten by Tyranids.
Oh,
Long
nice.
story short. Yeah. It was a Oh yeah, or called Jewel Worlds. Fat guy. Yeah. Fuck you, Bob. Yeah, they're kind of like jewels in the Imperium, the Paradise Worlds. I didn't really talk about them because I mainly want to talk about Resource Worlds.
You mentioned something about like you mentioned like a quick little thing about it, but didn't really get into detail. You basically just mentioned that they like existed.
Yeah, I can get to. Oh, actually no. Since we're done talking about Hive Cities, talk about a little bit more about some more worlds. That way you can get more time to paint.
That's fine.
That world.
It's all yeah. If you want to go a little bit more, it's getting close.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm sorry, Bob. I thought you were calling me fat. Oh yeah, I forgot. There was actually a world, and that was Slaneshi World. That was literally just a fucking fat man, like literally a man.
Wait, what?
As fat as a fucking world.
Oh fuck! This is canon.
Yeah, this is canon. Yeah. You want who found that world? Tuska the Demon Killer. And he killed him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
No, Bob, I believe I'm actually bigger than you. Okay, you're not as. I'm the fat man here. I'm Kettle. But well, am I right about that, Bob? Though it was Tuska the Demon Killer was the one who landed on that fat man and killed him, right? The fat world. Because I remember him actually landing on a world, and then they were fighting demons constantly, and then Tuska the Demon Killer just stabbed the world, and blood came out. Oh, okay, no, I was wrong. I remember there was a world though he landed on, and they literally stabbed the world to death.
Stabbed a world to death.
Never underestimate an orc who wants to. Oh, it was a corn world. Oh, okay.
So I feel like he'd be fighting corn.
Well, I know that
That's what that boy be doing.
Another reason why he got the attention of corn was because he literally rampaged and Slaneshi cultists. And Tusk and then Corn was like, I like you. Because I know he went to a corn world. That's where he fought the demon, and he was about to die. So he had a bright idea of grabbing him between his jewel power, squeeze as hard as he could. I remember that. Literally, fucking castrated a bloodthirster. I remember that part. Because that one made me laugh pretty fucking bad. I love how we started Hive Cities and now we're just talking orcs. But then again, it's Orktober, so it fits pretty damn good.
Yeah, Orktober. Cicero be proud.
Alright, Cicero. I know he watches our VODs.
I'll say
mainly because
most of our fan base tends to be a continent away.
Yeah, well then again, we start doing this stuff. I think by then it's what, like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
You know we've almost been doing this for a year now.
Holy shit, we have.
Yeah, I believe I'll have to go back and check our first stream, but I believe our first stream was November.
So we gotta do like a one year anniversary stream.
Oh I'm actually curious. I'm gonna look real quick.
Was I remember before, like the beginning of Nurgle's like grasp on our world, the wonderful thing called COVID, that we started actually talking about doing this.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like,
And then you're like,
man,
hey Alan.
let's get on this.
Yeah, and then you're like, hey Alan, I made a Twitch stuff. I bought stuff. Let's do it. Like, oh okay.
November 9th.
So November 9th. Is that a Monday?
Of last year.
So hang on, let me look this up. If that's a Monday, we're definitely gonna have to do like a 1-year anniversary thing.
Let's see. So this coming November, November 9th is a Wednesday, so it would be the 7th technically, or the 14th if we want to do it on Monday.
Let me see.
Well, let me make sure November 9th was a Tuesday, so that means actually November 8th was when we started, and then I uploaded the VOD on the next day. So November 8th is technically when we started streaming.
It's also election day. Ooh.
So if we do something November 7th, we could do like a 1 day early 1 year thing.
Well, we can do that. But what I call it? I have food sitting here and I can't wait to eat it.
Well, the only thing I got left to do is I gotta shade this guy, or I'm gonna dry brush him, but he's still wet. So I guess I'll just do that off camera and then put the final product on the Instagram and Discord. For those of you that want to watch, you could check our Discord, check our Instagram, and I'll throw them up there.
Tim, oh yeah, then, our first shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Yep. So, thank you everybody for stopping by and watching the Art of Lore show. This has been Hive Cities, our episode 31. We're getting pretty close to our 1 year. I mean, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do for our 1 year, but we're getting close. Anybody got some ideas? Let me know. I mean, if you guys want to plan the show for me, that would be wonderful. Anywho, don't forget to follow. Follow if you want to support the show. Go ahead and subscribe. That's the only way to really help us out at the moment. We're hoping to do some things here in the future. We have a Discord. We have a YouTube where we replay all our VODs. We have an Instagram, all the fun shenanigans. There's a Facebook, but I don't think it gets touched.
I haven't touched it.
So Discord's the best way to talk to us if you want to talk to us on Discord. We're on there. But yeah, we also have a sponsor. I guess I'm supposed to talk about our sponsor, I guess. Well, we're sponsored with W Energy. Use the code Art of Lore to get 10% off. I know they restocked their starter kits just here recently, which I started getting, and good stuff. I like it. Peach tea's my favorite so far.
It is really good.
Yeah, other than that, man, just give us a follow. If you like what we're doing, you got any suggestions or anything, or you got any questions you want to learn about other topics, go ahead and, send us get on a Discord, send out the Explorer Fleet. He'll run around, find the lore you're looking for. Normally we have Codicil Bob with us, but he's stuck at work, so he's blown up the chat, but he's not actually on the show here. He's our Space Marine lore expert, along with Alan here, and I'm the only one that can paint, but I'm colorblind, so I guess that makes up for it. So, yeah. We're just your band of misfits trying to make our way through this Warhammer hobby. With
pretty much.
Big dreams of empty wallets.
We're all addicted to that great plastic crack.
Oh, God, yes. Plastic heroin, man. Well, thank everybody for watching. Go ahead and follow if you're watching the VOD, or if you're watching on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, follow. Well, we hope to see you guys again, and we hope you all have a good one. And I guess we'll just see what we do for 1 year.
Exactly. We'll have to come up with something. Anybody in the raid?
In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne,
I was eating some teriyaki.
I declare exterminatus.
Amy's on.
Oh yeah, let's read her. I was watching her a little bit before I jumped on here.
I'll send you over the name. She's doing some art stream.
I think last I saw, she was actually painting Mighty Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go check her out. And then, like I
Oh wait,
said,
you unrated. You unrated.
did I? What? Am I breaking shit again?
Yeah, you broke. You broke it. There you go.
Okay, I fixed it. Oh man.
All right. So have fun, everybody. Hope to see you next time.
Yeah, I hope everybody has a good night. I hope you guys had fun. You know, I hope you enjoyed it. We're always looking to get. We're always looking to entertain. I don't know. My brain's starting to shut off now.
I see. Yeah, same here.
Well, we got the last few seconds. I'm just gonna send you over here, and yeah, have a good one, everybody.
Good night, everybody.